Welcome to the moment of transformation with Pastor Amos Oluwafemi Emefolami. Actually, today we'll be having our father in the Lord, Pastor Mike Ajayi. He'll be teaching us on church administration and management. I would like you to sit back and pay attention to what God's servant is going to teach us. The reason why we are bringing him is because he's a master. God has graced him in that area, and I tell you the truth, you'll be blessed. Your church and your ministry will never remain the same again in the name of Jesus. The things you will learn is church administration, church management, and delegation strategy. Sit back and watch. God bless you. Bye for now. Shalom.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Moment of Transformation. Today we are going to examine church administration and management. Church administration and management. I know many of us may be asking, we may be thinking, what does it mean for us to understand what church administration is all about? Church administration is very, very important and is a key in the management of the church. So it's just like a country. It's like a country with many mineral resources, but lack the management of the resources for the betterment of the citizens of that country. So we may have a church. There may be a church with a lot of spiritual gifts, with abundance of spiritual gifts. Nevertheless, the church may still lack the fulfillment of God's mandate for that church. Why? Because the church may lack the management of the human resources of the church in order to fulfill God's mandate for the church. So what is church administration, and why we are going to examine the following key notes. What is the church administration, and why church administration is important in today's running of the church? As I have said, to manage an organization has to do with managing the human, financial, and physical resources of that organization. The same thing happens to the church. So church administration is the business side of the church. So the church is a spiritual being, is a spiritual entity, but nevertheless the church has the business side of the church, and the business side of the church is the church administration and management. So what is really the church administration is all about? The church administration is the process of prudent use of both human and material resources of the church. The prudent use of human and material resources of the church to achieve the goal of the church. So what did I mean? Let me just quickly explain that point to you. The prudent use of the human and material resources of the church to achieve its goal, to achieve the goal and purpose, the vision of the church. That is what church administration is all about. So the church must use the human resources and the material resources prudently in order to achieve the goal. Without managing the human resources and material resources in a better way, the church might not be able to achieve the goal and the vision that God has set before the church. So that is the reason why it is very important for the church to understand the management and administration of the church in order to achieve the goal and the vision of the church. Every church, the foundation of the church administration is the vision. The foundation of the church administration is the vision. That is number one thing you need to understand. So when we talk about the church, there is no organization, there is no church without a God's given vision. I'm not talking about the spiritual vision now. I'm talking about the set goal, the mind of God for the church of the future. That means the picture of the future of that church. That is the vision of the church. So the vision of your church must be well articulated and must be received from God, because it is God. The church belongs to God. Church owns the church. So, and the vision of the church must come from God. So your vision must generated from God. So that is the reason why the foundation of the church administration lies on the vision and mission of that particular church. And in order to achieve this vision, in order for the church to achieve God's given vision, the church need to understand what church administration and management is all about. The church is an entity. It's made up of human resources. Then the human resources provided the material resources. That is how church that is the business side of the church. The church cannot be church without human being. Then the management of human resources of the church must be taken priority. It must be we must prioritize the management of human resources of our church, because it is the same human resources that will provide the financial resources of the church. It is the same these human resources that will provide the material resources of the church. So that is the reason why the business side of the church, aside of the spiritual activities of the church, aside of the spiritual work forces of the church, the second side of the church is the business side of the church. That is the focus of the church administration and management. So in managing church, we must look into the three aspects of management. Three major aspects of managing the church. The church cannot be church, as I've said, without the human resources. That is number one aspect of the management of the church. Human resources. It is the congregation that comes together. It is the congregation that comes together that make the church the church. So without the congregation, the church cannot be church. So either you accept it or not, the building is not the church. The church, according to the definition of the church is made up of the saints, the gathering of the saints. So wherever the saints, they call out, those that have given their life to God, gather, church has taken place. Church can be anywhere. Yes, church can be anywhere. Church can take place on the road. Church can take place even right in the plane, in the ship. Church can take place anywhere. Wherever the saints gather to pray, to study, church has already taken place. So the church of God is made up of the first aspect of the management of the church. That is the human resources of the church. The human resources of the church is the number one and the priority of the church. In managing the church, we must understand the need of the people. We must understand how to manage the people, the congregation that is made up of the church. So without them, there is no church. Without people, there is